strength, bravery, and redemption. Qualities that define one of the most iconic heroes of all time, Heracles. But behind the might of this legendary figure lies a story of guilt, suffering, and a quest for forgiveness. Today, we're diving deep into the 12 labors of Heracles, exploring the trials that tested his body and soul, and how these tasks transformed a tormented demigod into a symbol of heroism for the ages. Let's uncover the trials, triumphs, and tragedies that make Heracles more than just a man of strength. Let's explore the path that made him a legend. Heracles' story begins not with glory, but with tragedy. Born to Zeus and a mortal woman, Alcmene, he was destined for greatness from birth. Yet, greatness came with a heavy price. Hera, Zeus's jealous wife, harbored an intense hatred for Heracles, and her wrath shaped his fate. Under her influence, Heracles was driven into a maddened rage, leading him to commit the unthinkable, the killing of his own wife, Megara, and their children. Devastated and seeking redemption, Heracles turned to the Oracle of Delphi, who sent him to King Eurystheus. There, the king imposed 12 seemingly impossible labors as penance for his sins. These labors would push Heracles to his limits, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. The first half of Heracles' labors focused on raw power and cunning. The Nemean lion, with its impenetrable hide, was Heracles' first challenge. He wrestled the beast barehanded and used its own claws to skin it, donning its hide as armor, a symbol of his invincibility. Next came the Lernaean Hydra, a serpent with multiple heads, each growing back when cut off. Heracles defeated the monster not with brute strength alone, but with strategy, cauterizing each neck to prevent regeneration. But even here, Hera's influence was felt, as Eurystheus refused to count this labor, claiming Heracles had help from his nephew Iolaus. Then the Ceryneian hind, a sacred deer, and the Erymanthian boar followed. These labors tested Heracles' patience and endurance, as capturing these creatures alive was key. His encounters with these beasts became legends in their own right, symbolizing the battle between man and nature. The fifth labor, cleaning the Augean stables, seemed beneath a hero's dignity, but Heracles turned the task into a demonstration of his cleverness, diverting rivers to wash away the filth in a single day. Finally, slaying the Stymphalian birds required a mix of wit and skill, as Heracles drove away the dangerous flock with bronze castanets given to him by Athena, turning what seemed like a trivial task into a deadly confrontation. The remaining labors took Heracles beyond the realm of mortal men. His sixth task involved capturing the Cretan bull, a symbol of divine wrath. Heracles subdued the beast with sheer force, but it was the next labor, capturing the mares of Diomedes, that showed his darker side. These flesh-eating horses were tamed only after Heracles fed their master Diomedes to them, a grim reflection of the brutal world Heracles inhabited. The eighth labor, stealing the girdle of Hippolyta, queen of the Amazons, required diplomacy as well as strength. Initially, Hippolyta was willing to give Heracles the belt, but Hera's trickery incited violence, forcing Heracles to take it by force. The ninth labor, the capture of the cattle of Geryon, took Heracles to the edge of the known world. The 10-headed Geryon and his monstrous watchdog, Orthrus, fell to Heracles, further solidifying his status as a slayer of monsters. For the 10th labor, retrieving the golden apples of the Hesperides, Heracles sought help from the Titan Atlas. This labor was as much a test of wit as it was of strength. Heracles tricked Atlas into resuming his burden of holding up the sky, proving that brawn wasn't his only asset. The final labor, capturing Cerberus, the 3-headed guardian of the underworld, was Heracles' most perilous task. With nothing but his strength and resolve, he faced Hades' monstrous pet and emerged victorious, symbolizing his mastery over life and death itself. Heracles' labors were more than heroic deeds. They were acts of penance that purified his soul. Each task was a step toward redemption, allowing Heracles to overcome the madness that once consumed him. By facing both divine challenges and earthly trials, Heracles transcended his mortal limitations, becoming more than a man. He became a symbol of resilience, perseverance, and the eternal struggle against one's inner demons. Heracles' journey from a tormented hero to a god at Olympus stands as one of the most enduring stories in mythology. His labors represent the human condition, the challenges we all face, the mistakes we seek to atone for, and the strength we summon to overcome adversity. Heracles' story reminds us that redemption is not easily won, but through courage, determination, and sacrifice, even the greatest sins can be forgiven. What's your favorite labor of Heracles, and why? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to subscribe for more mythological explorations that unravel the tales behind the greatest legends. Until next time, remember, true strength isn't just measured by muscle, but by the heart that endures every trial thrown its way.